The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife. A normal kitchen knife. Could be the murder weapon. Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags. The blood has dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
Myszek, ty вообще jak planujesz trochę wtомиться, nie? Nie понял.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days. The chest has been searched.
Красотка.
It appears the wine was truly awful. I wonder where he got that fancy camera. Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching. Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in. Mercurio heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it across the thief's head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife. Mercurio stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not with his painting, it was too important to him. Red skin, tails on the back, reminds me of Verla's description of the stolen painting. It's time for some chemical magic, John.
Мишик, чого ти перестаєш приставати, коли на тебе наорать? Ну от як? Як з цими дітьми существувати? Пішов. Саме інтересна і дуже напряжна штука це оце. Зверху показано, що можна міняти і скільки допустимих комбінацій у мене є. В ітогі треба по результату отримати таку формулу. 6 таких, мінус 10 таких і 3 таких. І це все должно видатися разом, це не то, що віддільно треба рахувати. Убійственна діч.
Мощно. Ну тут шпила сама по собі така типа.
Семенчик, закрий себе трошки. Я тебе дуже прошу. Ще приміняємо. Сюди. Що ти просто спать пішла? Молодець. Ладно. Що роблять ці ренти? Наприклад, у нас є одна така. Ми збільшуємо в 2 рази, чи що? Мінус 4. Ладно.
А де те, що у тебе зараз є вже таке?
Оце готове, це готове. А, оце доступні реагенти.
Ні, а я тобі треба, щоб зробити 6 красних і мінус 10 зелених, мінус 5.
Так.
І типа тобі просто треба виставити так, щоб воно, коротше, вийшло.
Сумарно, да. А хімічні опити можна провести так. Дані збільшить в 2 рази, зменшить в 2 рази. А?
Обязательно чи ні?
Ну, а по-другому ти ніяк не додасиш.
Хімічні опити, це типа доступні вики. Ну, треба 100% хімічні опити робити.
Ну, а попробуй додати щось і відняти. В тебе є одна така, одна така, одна така.
І кожна зверху робить свій прикол.
Да, і скільки разів їх можна використовувати? 3 рази, 3 рази, 3, 2. В 2 рази збільшить, в 2 рази зменшить, підняти на одну, опустити на одну, поміняти місцями мінус на плюс, а це зміксувати.
І що у вас тут допомогти?
Ну, хоч поможи, я взагалі 3-й раз.
Ну, убери все повністю. Так, а тепер постав хоч одне, щоб було понятно, скільки тобі ще треба. От постав це мінус 5. Да. Поставив?
Ну.
А де вона показує, що тобі осталось себе?
Ну, в голові считаєш. 6 мінус 5 мінус 3 осталось собрати.
Так, постав тобі. Постав тобі. Перший саме, і послідний. А, ні, ніфіга. Подожди.
Да тут уже дуже великий етап ігри, тут без хімічних
А, ще
опитів.
минус надо. Типа, блядь, надо же обязательно эти штуки использовать. Чи не обязательно?
Ну, без них ніяк, к сожалению. Ну, скоріш за все, ніяк. Угу. Треба помучитися з видаваннями. У мене, є поки що одна стратегія. Це і мінус 6. Це. Ой, 6. Вроді як робоче. Дивись, я тобі розкажу, а ти потім подивишся. Отже, нам нужна тройка. Проблема завжди була з цією тройкою. Беремо оцю мінус двойку і тройку. Міняємо з допомогою хімічного опита. Ой, щось. Так, получаємо двойку і мінус тройку. Мінус тройку закрили, правильно?
Мінус 3 зелених і мінус 3 синіх.
Ні, почекай. Я тут, значить, мінус тройку закрили. Я йду по одному елементу із схеми. Тепер мінус тройку закрили, і, значить, сині взагалі не повинні ніде попадатися. У нас є плюс 2, а нам треба мінус 10. Значить, у мене, ні, плюс 2 це тут є. Оце я не рахую. Значить, я беру, значить, в 2 рази збільшую це. Чікс. Чікс.
А вона не буде, типа, так, що у тебе зараз мінус 8 виходить?
Ну, буде, звісно. Я беру цю двойку ще, вона нам пригодиться.
Почекай. Ти можеш зробити по-іншому. А, ні.
Я беру цю двойку, ну це те, що я в даний момент придумала. І теж її кормішкою. Так, і кормішкою. Мінус 2. Так, тепер беремо оцю діч.
Це що?
Ну це змішать. Бачиш, по схемі це змішать. І делаю так. Змішала. Мінус 12. Соответственно, тепер беремо ще раз це. Це. Мішаю це із цим. Мінус 10, мінус 3 є. А тут, виходить, я беру ці 3, умножаю на 2. Чик, 6. І останній реагент, який у нас остається, тому що тут ще ж обмежена кількість ходів. Получається так і... Ой. От так. А тепер звідси тягну сюди і кажу підтвердити.
Ти топчик.
Та вообще тут бывает такие сцены просто зверски.
Ти топчик, це.
Ще подобаються такі ігри, тим, що Шерлок Холмс це ж типа Англія. І англійських колоній тоді по всьому світу було дуже багато. Вони зараз на території території, яка раніше була під Османською імперією, але якийсь період знаходилася під контролем Великобританії. І зараз колонізували османів і живуть тут. І це реальні історичні події. Багато всяких про болезні, про картини. Всякі... Іди сюди, давай, ідіть у мене, ідіть. Ну чого ти вредний? А як папка, зверну себе, ти папка йдеш. Де? Красотка, іди сюди. Ну давай, ну будь ласка.
Любив маму, сьогодні, любив,
Іди домой. Спокійно. Навіщо тебе ще так мокро, що? Мальчики, біля мене лежать. Нічого я називати не тебе горячо, ти до мене не лізеш. Ну як це должно працювати, що я переживати? Да не роби. Да ти спи, да все жду. Побачиш, ціниться період на шара, поки ти один в сім'ї. Бо побачиш. Заведеш ще одну тваринку, будеш знати. Кот на сердечко мені достатньо. Будеш знати, як тобі жилося, коли ти був маленький.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here. Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Nothing behind it. Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks. Quite a collection he had here.
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe it?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
О, есть.
Що це значить?
Ждав тебе.
Штам?
Я ждав. Ждалась.
Oh, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man. It's clothes.
Could you help me?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Чекав тут є, що ли?
А ти, зай?
Я зараз... Ты тоже типа открытый мир, ты набираешься заданий по очереди?
Ну, не по очереді, можна не по очереді. Іноді після деяких появляються ще одні. Угу. Такого, що обов'язково треба виконати. У мене тут просто бувають завдання, де слідуючим пунктом є битва, а я ж з моєю флексибіліті і меткостю я так тяжко проходжу ці штуки, буває по 8-10 раз переігрую, бо мене вбивають, не можу пройти якось тяжко мені. А в мене тут якраз 2 битви. Там пістолетом треба стріляти, увертатися, нажимати клавіші різні. А я не дуже це люблю. Так, ідемо на мост. Це мост. Ні, мост. Сюди. Це... Так, як мост. Так, вийти під мост. Попасти під мост.
Beasts!
Help me, please.
Please, stop bothering me. I don't know anything.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry.
They're completely livid. First they come for a man.
Where do you think you're going? Speak with the chief.
All into the sea! Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall. Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to...
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
So they keep these refugees. We have seen some dark places in Cordona. But this...
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall. You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before.
And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body. I'm busy.
Here we go.
Don't you have
Number
papers
of
to
hours
fill?
on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body. 0.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go down.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. A steel dirk, sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other. This man was limping, John. A violent death. This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona. Malpal, soaked with salt water. A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. Clearly a left handprint here. Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Почти. Вже і подивилась.
A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall blubberheads.
The refugees have been detained and will not leave until all the circumstances are clarified.
No one deserves to end up in a place like this.
Someone was dragged against their will. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. It might have been used as an improvised weapon. No hint of blood or impact. Carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
May I ask for your assistance?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
That will kill, not save him. It won't do any good. I'll use it to create a solution. I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. Nausea and stomach pain is not what he needs now.
If they find out about the passage, everything will go.
Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer.
Just watch. Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
This idea.
If they find out about the passage,
I'm busy. Don't you have papers to fill? City Hall blubberheads.
I'm afraid these leaves can only be added to tea. Can I ask you a question?
nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
You know, Sherry, it's dawned on me to not clown around with knives anymore.
If they find out about it, if they find out about the passage, everything will go.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock. These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Police boots. Always happy to... A heavy boot with a worn-out sole. A man's footprint. You know what? I'd like to understand.
What?
How did our dead man end up inside the camp in the first place? Can I ask you a question?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
If they find out about the passage, if they find out about the passage, everything will go down.
Sealed shut. I doubt our man could get through these grates.
If they find out about the passage, they find out about... Nobody will know anything if you keep your bloody mouth shut.
The coppers smell fishy here, Sherry. Perhaps we should sniff around in the camp a little more thoroughly.
Could you help me?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer. Back off.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs. Did you hear another sight? Did you hear another...
I was being very stealthy, Sherlock, and you threw it all away. Come on, pull yourself together.
Did you hear another sight? Did you hear? A single Malpal butt. Roadman's cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers. So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
These events are fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them, Sherlock.
I've collated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
Thank you.
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now, remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
So, we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade. However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell. Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. In our man's case, it's the same sword.
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch it, and judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself, but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
Так у нас же нема
How did he sneak
хлібчика.
into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
What do you mean?
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank you for your help, Mr. Holmes. I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer.
Я не буду кохати, і тобі не рекомендую, бо од нього і жога буде, якщо з'їсти один перчик.
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Нет. Что тут? Ні, в мене є ще це.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
Help me, please.
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
Was that depravity in the photograph or the workplaces the refugees are taken to? And all the while the police look the other way. Ugh, typical.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly. The police didn't allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came
А що
for
ми
her
будемо
too.
робити?
He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice in this land.
Богів пограть трошки.
Hello, Nayla?
Красотка, красоточка, Семенчик.
My name is Sherlock. I know someone hurt you. I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice. Please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Nayla, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Nayla doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
Щоб покривала. Це взагалі так розциклись, вроді стільки води не п'ю, щоб стільки сцикли.
Я ж не кажу, що це кава, потім ще от кави пишуть, завжди почти. Діва, кавка, це діва на полі, на ночник такий хуя, і я туди.
Красотко, красотко, моя любима, Мікі. Ну що в тебе з носиком? Що в тебе в той носик попало? Ну, Миня.
Що з тобою? Може поведемо його до врача, щось не таке?
Так. Да попало щось в носа йому. Красотка.
Може він подивився чи ні? Зайця в горло, це не в носі.
Та це в носі, кот.
Ну, горло це ж таке. От за горло тримає, в нього тупо аж тут.
Ні, це він так зжимає горло, бо йому немає чим дихати. Тільки що скакав, як угорівший. Що йому в горлі?
Де зайця з горла стоїть?
Хай не скакає, як угорілий. Кот, якщо собака больний, він не грається, він лежить, він температурить.
Це прикольно, що...
Ну, хай що, не прикольно, звісно. Красотка, йди попий водичку.
Може він все-таки подивився, бо він тоді зригнув чи що?
Та не переживай, все буде нормально. Красотка.
А ти чаю згодно щось?
Нічого, хай води поп'є, поїсть і все пройде в нього. Він просто такий вальяжний, то що хоче спати, а воно його пре. Я дождалась. Повір мені, коли він був ніякий, в нього була величезна рана на нозі, я тоді плакала, тому що ото виглядає стрьомно. Да, думаю, чи якийсь лишай, чи що сталося з лапкою. А зараз Мішара ганяла, скакала, це впала і хече, як невміняємий. Наперся, як завжди, якоїсь дічі. Не болить йому нічого, просто мішає, може. Як він тоді з'їв кусок свого бублика пластмасового, боже, він тупо цілий тиждень по утрам ригав. Я тобі кажу, тупо цілий тиждень, це вже було невиносимо. Я аж почала переживати, що він його не виригає. А потім очередний ранок тупо такий довгий кусок пластика виригав. Угу. Угу.
Someone was dragged against their will. Help me, please.
Sorry. We don't see much here.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You still here?
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point.
Молодець,
Do
кіско.
you know anything about it?
Нажереться вічно якоїсь гадості, а потім це нерви ділає, мешара
So
отака.
it won't hurt if I have it in mind.
In my records,
То
it's just a
ригає,
tattoo,
то
as it
ще
should be
щось.
in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scalario. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right?
Просто кукурузу.
I've already told you all I've learned.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an
Ну
officer of
вот,
the law?
пошалився.
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right
Ні,
track,
отак,
if
по
that's what
кругу,
you're
все
asking.
так. Чш.
Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Все?
Все. Чем? Все.
You're disturbing a hornet's nest here.
Господи, всюди биться надо, я замучилась. Мишик, це м'ясо не звідси пахне кукуруза. А м'ясо бабка ще гріє. Іди, вкусняшку дасть Паша. Біжи до Паші, вкусняшку дасть. Зай, дай йому тільки, бо я ж пообіцяла, що він прийде і Паша дасть вкусняшку. Паша вкусняшку дасть, мишеньки. Да, іди. Ой, раді вкусняшки, і проснувся, і сон не сон, аби вкусняшку дали. І я будеш медочок.
Son.
Да. Та мені холодний, кот.
Чого?
Ну це тобі, це ти грів.
Господи, знаєте, що
Красотка. Іди до мене. Іди, я тобі дам. Мамка молодець, чуєш? Не хочеш боги? А що? Добре. Добре. Так. Що таке? Ладно. Чиновники. Британцы.
What a lovely man this Bernadotte is, eh, Chef? Can't wait until we get to meet him.
Have you found anything helpful?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Don't take it personally, sir. But I know nothing about this.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business. Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Nayla might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single letter of bribery, nor my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
It appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes? And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? It's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position. Yet, here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes. And I'm no exception.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party.
Їм би не дали опублікувати ігру, і всі діла були як в книжці.
As you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake. but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Nayla deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Ні, тут типу чертоги разума, де типу ти вибираєш розмишлення Холмса і приходиш до якоїсь думки. Підготувався до враження, Зай. Дякую.
A fresh newspaper? I wish you pleasant reading.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Hey, yo, this is private property. You lost something.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm investigating a robbery, and Mr. Bernadotte may be just the man to help me with...
You're a copper?
I have nothing to do with the police.
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You'll have 3 seconds to walk away, or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1...
Listen, the man Bernadotte sent to...
So...
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Ні, пацани, извините. Та знову драка, я не хочу дратися. Не пройдеш. Будеш битися? Битися. Да.
А що робити? Де бити?
Треба поклонятися. Навіть де бувати нельзя.
Все нельзя.
В прямому. Коли включаєш свої суперспособності, воно показує, куди можна попасти, наприклад, в шляпу. То біжи швидко. І на хрестик. Ти продозируєш. Після того, ти хороший. Воно ж показує.
I couldn't miss the party.
Я не
Добре.
I'm coming for you.
Можна видалювати.
No more crime for you until next month.
Єбать, тут все разні движухи.
Що ти розставлятимешся чи що?
А що, один раз?
На цього не я. Там потім якісь взривчатки, люстри і ще щось.
The snuff's just weaken him first.
I'm coming for you.
Не так быстро не да. Ти ще можеш пісок в очі сіпнути.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Як це зробити?
Ні, вони вже побігали.
Ух ти, що тип.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Усиленный, у него защитки. Ты ему в очі можеш сипнути той порошок. Left 1.
Ти що, тип? Ні, Left 1 це що?
Лівий.
Типа вблизі підійти до нього?
Won't work this way.
I'm coming.
Чи це...
А можна його вб'ю просто нафіг?
Не попробуй.
Not that easy.
Надо защиту позбирати. Мішок повісти.
Weaken him first.
Та що з ним дивиться?
Так вона мені показує, що треба цей.
Time to knock this guy out.
Він показує...
No more crime.
Це все?
The snuff's ready.
Вона покаже.
Give him the pepper snuff.
What the fuck, motherfuck, чувак.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Не, тип, подожди. Шесть.
My friend.
The snuff's ready.
Издевательство такое, да?
Де? На ти шляпу.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Тепер все, да?
Я 2 часа проходила.
Sherry, look. This seems familiar.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it. Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case? Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited. Help me, please.
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, we don't see much here.
Oh, I am bored. This marble fella, it's like he was made of...
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth. This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
So, you cut through all the guards just to talk to me. And come here. We shall talk. Sherry, don't you think this office suits me? Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Niccolo Bernadotti, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. Clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office.
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled widely, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word. I am positive our deal will benefit everyone.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits...
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want to, of course. Bernadotte Limited will always look forward to your visits.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. "1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
The Bernadotte Company Limited trade network reaches the most distant colonies of the great empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
За, що ти допомагаєш?
А що він?